Hello students, I welcome you all to the another interesting today's live session on the chapter Triangles. This is Lalita Devi, your senior math faculty. Coming to the today's session, we are going to discuss about the chapter Triangles. Okay, where we are going to discuss about one of the important theorem, that is nothing but our basic proportional theorem, and then we will go for the similarity of triangles. Okay, now if you are having meanwhile if you are having any doubts, or if you want me to discuss any topic further, you can use the chat section available for you. Okay, so now we will wait for. Okay, we are almost on time, and let's wait for another 2 minutes for our remaining students to join. Meanwhile, everyone get ready with your notebook and pen, right? Yes. So you can tell me whatever the basics that you know about the triangles, like area of triangle formula, and next what will be the properties, like area of triangle between the two parallel lines that we learned in our grade 9. So if you remember anything about the triangles, like our area of the two triangles, if the triangles are between the parallel lines, such type of concepts, if you remind, then if you remember, then you can give that in the chat box meanwhile. So we will just have a conversation on that. Fine. Yes. Nice. Okay. Hi everyone. Nice. Now the time is completed, and let's start with our chapter. So coming to the today's one, we are going to discuss about the triangles. As I told you that we know what is the basic like a basic geometrical shape we learn, that is nothing but like your basic polygon we learned about the triangle, right? So triangle means we know we are having the three vertices and three sides, that is the basic knowledge. Now coming to the topics that we are going to cover in the triangles chapter is, first of all, we will discuss about the introduction, like what is meant by the congruent figures and what is meant by the similar figures. Like how can we differentiate the congruent from the similar figures? Okay. And then after we will discuss about similar triangles. It means when we are going to consider the two triangles are similar. Next, we will discuss about the basic proportionality theorem. Okay. And we will see the proof of that theorem. And next, we will discuss about the converse of basic proportionality theorem. Okay, so converse also we will see, like what will be the converse of the BPT. So basic proportionality theorem we can call simply as the BPT, right? Now converse of BPT we will learn. After that we will discuss about the criteria for similarity of triangles. It means in order to say that whether the given two triangles are similar or not, we are going to consider some of the criterias, like we have learned in our grade 9, that is your congruent triangles. For the congruent triangles we are having the different types of criteria, like your SAS 3 plus and ASA, like that, right? For similar or for similarity of triangles also we are having some of the criteria, and we are going to learn about that criteria along with the proof. Clear? And next, we will discuss about some of the important results related to that similarity of triangle. Like how we will take the ratio of the perimeter of the similar triangles. Then after we will discuss about the area of similar triangles. It means if you are considering the ratio of area of similar triangles, what will be that ratio equals to? Okay. And then after, like our previous session, we will discuss few of the problems, and then after once again we will recap what all the topics in the summary part. Okay, now let's start with the introduction part. So tell me, what is the difference between your congruent and the similar figures? Congruent figures means what, and similar figures means what? So coming to the congruent figure means they are having the same shape and same size. It means if you observe here clearly. Okay, so yes, let's see the basic difference between our congruent figures and the similar figures. Coming to the congruent figures are geometrical figures that have same shape and same size. It means what? For example, if I am taking the two equilateral triangles, okay, two equilateral triangles I am taking that are of your same shape. This is your A, B, C, and this is the DEF. Clear? Now, how can we find whether they are congruent or not? Means, if you observe, okay, if you observe after placing one triangle on another, if it exactly matches, okay, if it exactly matches means the edges of your one triangle is going to coincide with the edges of other triangle, then we are going to consider them as your congruent figures. So simply by definition we can we can remember as same shape and same size. It means if you measure them completely, it is going to coincide. Okay, one triangle is going to coincide completely to the other triangle. Now, what about the similar triangles? Similar triangles means if I am taking a triangle ABC, this is my triangle ABC. Okay, so whenever we are seeing the pictures, we will zoom in and zoom out, right? In the same way, if I zoom in, this triangle will become big, and if I zoom out, this triangle will become small. So the small version I am taking DEF. Now I can say that the triangle ABC and DEF are similar. Okay, these two will form the similar pair of triangles, and these two will form the congruent pair of triangles. In similar pair of triangles, you will be having the same shape but size is different. Okay, if you are having the figures with same shape and size, they will become the congruent figures. Okay, that is the basic definition we can use in order to differentiate the congruent figures and similar figures. Oh, clear everyone? Yes. Now coming to here, so simple, similar means you are having the shape same but size will be different. It means what? One will be the larger one and one will be the smaller one. Same example of your photos, zoom in and zoom out, right? If you are having the same triangle and if you zoom in, you will be getting the triangle bigger, and if you zoom out, it will be getting smaller. So now what is this smaller and original triangle will become similar because they are having the same shape but size is different. In the same way, for the congruent figures, if we are having both same shape and size, they will become the congruent figures. So already we learned about the congruent triangles in our grade 9, right? Now let's see the next. Coming to the next, when we are going to say that the given two triangles are similar triangles. Yes, any idea? When we are going to say that the given two triangles are similar triangles, when we are having the two triangles with corresponding angles are equal and corresponding sides are in the same proportion. Okay, if the corresponding angles are equal and corresponding sides are in the same ratio, that means if corresponding sides are proportion, then we are going to consider them as the similar triangles. Clear? Don't get confused between your congruent and similar. Clear? Now look at here. Corresponding angles are equal and corresponding sides are in same ratio. It means what? Corresponding angle means if I am saying that, okay, if I am saying that triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. So this is the symbol we are going to represent whether the two triangles are similar or not. Okay, so this is the symbol we are going to represent for the similar triangles. Clear? We will be having the congruent triangles, right? This is the symbol we will use. Now we are just going to remove these two horizontal lines, so that will become your sign of the similar triangles. Okay, this is for congruent triangles. Clear? In congruent triangles, we are having the corresponding angles equal and corresponding sides are equal. But coming to the similar triangles, corresponding angles are equal but corresponding sides are in the same ratio. Understood? Now, what is these corresponding angles and corresponding sides means? If I am just overlapping, okay, if I am just overlapping my triangle PQR on ABC, like in such a way that my P will fall on A. Clear? My P will become the corresponding angle of A, because exactly same figure I am going to keep it on this. So what will happen? Now P will become the corresponding angle of A and Q will become the corresponding angle of B, and R will become the corresponding angle of C. Understood? So how can we find the corresponding angles and corresponding sides means just overlap. Okay, just try to imagine to overlap those two triangles so that it will be easy for you to find the corresponding angles and corresponding sides. Right? Now, what can we say about the corresponding angles for the similar triangles? Corresponding angles are equal. It means we will be getting angle A equals to angle P, and angle B equals to angle Q, and angle C equals to angle R. Simple. Okay, so that will be the conditions for our similar triangles. Now, what about the corresponding sides? So how can we say about the corresponding sides means, if you look at here, PQ will fall on AB, right? And your QR will fall on BC, and your PR will fall on AC. If you are overlapping one triangle with other triangle, right? Now we need to take the ratio of corresponding side. It means what? AP corresponding side, oh sorry, AB corresponding side is PQ, right? This ratio will be equals to, understood, AB corresponding side is PQ, that ratio is equals to BC corresponding side is QR, which ratio is equals to AC corresponding side is PR. Clear? Now, corresponding angles are equal and corresponding sides are in the same ratio. Understood now? It means if you take the ratio of your corresponding sides, you will be getting the same ratio. Now, clear about the similar triangles? Nice. Let's see the next. Moving to the next, what will be the criteria? Like what will be the conditions we are going to consider in order to say that the given two triangles are similar means we are having the three conditions. That is AAA criteria, or it can be considered as your AA criteria also. Understood? And next it is your SAS, and next triple S. It means your angle criteria, side angle side criteria, and side criteria. Okay, so we will discuss about that in our today's session only, but along with the proofs, so that you will be getting the clear idea how to analyze whether the given triangles are similar or not. Clear? Moving to the next, we will discuss about one of the basic important theorem, that is nothing but your basic proportionality theorem. So now what is the statement? What is the statement of the theorem means, if a line, if we are having a line drawn parallel to the one side of a triangle, it means what? Simply just analyze it. I am having here the triangle ABC, right? For a triangle, if a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle, it means what? I need to draw a line which is parallel to my one side. So I am taking a line DE which is parallel to my BC, right? Now that is going to of a triangle to intersect the other two sides at two distinct points. It means what? This line is intersecting my AB at D and AC at E. Understood? Now, it is going to divide the two sides in the same ratio. Now, what the D is doing here? D is dividing your AB into the two parts. That is your AD and DB. If you take the ratio of AD by DB according to the basic proportionality theorem, this ratio will be equals to E is dividing my AC into the two parts. That is your AE and EC. If you take the ratio of AE and DC, the ratio of AD and DB is equal to the ratio of AE and EC. This is according to your basic proportionality theorem. Clear about the statement, everyone? See, if we need to write the statement as it is means, you need to write. Why? Because we can't change the statement. Some students will write in their own words, but that will be giving the some different meaning. For that reason, try to just get the exact meaning of your statement whenever you are writing in your exam. Clear? Now, coming to the statement of our BPT, what it is, if we are having a line, it means if a line drawn parallel to the one side of a triangle to intersect the two sides at two distinct points, okay, intersect the two sides at two distinct points, then it divides the two sides in same ratio. Understood? But make sure that your statement is having the keywords, like your line parallel to the one side, intersecting at two sides, intersecting two sides at 2 points, divides the two sides in same ratio. So these type of keywords you need to use whenever you are writing the statement. Okay. Now, what is its equation form? That will become your AD by DB equals to AE by EC. Don't get confused about this diagram. I will explain you how you will be getting this diagram. Okay. Now, first let's see. So clear about the statement and the diagrammatic representation and the algebraic condition, equation. Fine then. Now let's see how we will be getting the AD by DB equals to AE by EC. Okay. So for that reason, what I am doing here means the DE is giving us the two triangles, that is your ADE and your ABC, right? Now what I am doing here means for the triangle, I will highlight here, just look. For the triangle ADE, I am going to take the two heights. It means I am going to take the two altitudes. One is from my side AD. Okay. One is from my side AD. So which is my point M, and one is for my side AE joining my AD, and here the point I am going to consider as my N. Clear? Now, next what I am doing here means I am going to join my BE and I am going to join my CD. Now, what is the figure we got here? This is exactly the same figure. Understood? Now you will understand why we are joining all this. Fine. So what we will do according to the construction, take the height for your triangle ADE, for your side AD, and take the height. It means take the altitude for the side AE, that is nothing but your DN. Okay. Next, join the B with E and join the C with D. Clear? Clear about this? About the construction part? Fine. Now what we will do? So now coming to here, if you observe, we are having the triangles, right? I will just separate the triangles for you so that you will understand clearly. Here I am having my triangle ADE, where my EM is the one of the altitude and your DN is your another altitude. Okay. Now I am having another two triangles. So this is my DE and this is my BC. Okay. Fine. And next. Understood. So we will be having the two triangles. If you are getting confused, don't get confused. Yes. So now coming to here, don't get confused. I am going to take the two triangles that we are having with our base D. Clear? So I am just going to join them. Fine. Now what we will do, I am going to consider my triangle ADE. What is the area of the triangle ADE will become? So area of, here I will take area of triangle ADE equals to, what is the formula of area of triangle? That is nothing but area of triangle is given by half into base into height, right? Simple formula. Now for the triangle ADE, if I am taking my AD as the base, then what is the height? EM. So it will become your half into base is your AD into EM. Okay. And next, if you look at here, okay, if you look at here, if I am considering the area of triangle BDE, so what is the area of triangle BDE will become? So here I will explain you. So whatever the EM I am having, I am just going to bring that down. So for the triangle BDE, if you take, what is the height will become? Height will become your EM and your base will become your DB or BD. Fine. So now I'm just highlighting here for the triangle BDE. Area of triangle BDE equals to half into base I am taking as my BD into what is my height will become the same height EM, right? Now consider this is my equation 1 and this is my equation 2. What about the equation 1 divided by equation 2 will become? So that is of area of triangle ADE, okay, by area of triangle BDE. So which is equals to half into AD into EM by half into BD into EM. Clear? Now EM cancel, half of cancel. So we got which is equals to your AD by, I can write my BD as DB. Clear about this everyone? So how we got the AD by DB clear? Next, we will take the next triangle. So same I am taking the, see here I am taking the same triangle ADE, but now I am changing the base to my AE. So area of triangle ADE with the base half into AE into, for the AE what is the height, that is your DN. So AE into DN, okay. So here is your DN. Now in the same way, what about the triangle CDE? What we can say about the area of the triangle CDE? Any idea for anyone? So here I am having my triangle CDE. Okay, so for this triangle, what is the area will become? If I am taking CE as my base, DN will become the height, right? So now area of triangle CDE equals to half into base is your EC into your height is the DN. Fine. Now this is my equation 3 and this is my equation 4. So what about the 3 divided by 4? Equation 3 divided by equation 4 will give you area of triangle ADE by area of triangle CDE, which is equals to half into AE into DN by half into EC into DN. Now cancel them, DN cancel, half of cancel. So we got it as the AE by EC. Okay, so I am considering this is my equation A and this is my equation B. Fine, clear about this. How we got the area of the triangle ADE by area of the triangle CDE equals to AE by EC. Now, look at here everyone. I am having DE is parallel to BC. It's already given because in the statement it is saying that we are having a line DE which is parallel to the one side of the triangle BC. So, DE is parallel to BC. Now, the triangle BDE and the triangle CDE are between the same parallel lines. So what we can say about the area of triangles between the same parallel lines? Area of triangle BDE is equals to area of triangle CDE. Clear about this? Now, how can we use this concept here? See, can I write my area of triangle ADE by area of triangle BDE is equals to area of triangle ADE by area of triangle CDE. What is the reason? Because BDE and area of triangle BDE and area of triangle CDE are equal using the concept of triangles between the two parallel lines, right? And ADE and ADE will be the same, so we will be having the same area. So now what is your area of triangle ADE by BDE equals to? That is your AD by DB, right? Which is equals to, what about the area of triangle ADE by area of triangle CDE equals to? That is by your AE by EC. Okay, so which is nothing but your condition for the BPT. So we got finally the condition for the BPT. Clear everyone? So it's very simple. Why? Because we are just going to take the area of triangle formula here and we are going to apply for our upper triangle ADE and we are going to apply for the, see if you are getting confused, Here I can help you that if you are taking side AD, take the triangle with respect to the same side. Okay, so that is your BDE, and for AE, it is the CD. So apply the area of triangle concept. So you will be getting the ratio of areas value. And next, second concept we used here is area of the triangle between the same parallel lines, that is equal. Clear? And by using these conditions, we will be getting our required BPT condition where AD by, okay, AD by DB will be equals to AE by EC. Simple. Understood everyone? Any doubt? Yes, any doubt? No doubts? Fine. So can we go for the next? Clear? Next. Moving to the next is nothing but converse of basic proportionality theorem. So what is the basic proportionality theorem? If a line is parallel, it divides the two sides in the same ratio. Right? It divides the two sides in the same ratio. Now converse means if a line is dividing the two sides in the same ratio, then that line is parallel to the third side of your triangle. Clear? So in PPT, what we will do, if this line is parallel, so they are giving this line is parallel, so it is going to divide your AD and AC in the same ratio. Now, what they are giving, if this line is dividing your AB and AC in the same ratio, we need to prove that this line is parallel to your third side BC. Fine. Now let's see how we will prove. And coming to the statement, if a line divides the two sides of a triangle in the same ratio, then the line must be parallel to the third side. Okay. Yes. Now coming to here, if you take, for example, here they are saying that this line DE, they are giving already, this line DE is dividing the side AB and AC in the same ratio. It means what? AD by DB is equals to AE by EC. It is already given. Fine. Now, for this, I mean, for the proof of converse of BPT, what we will do means, let DE is not parallel to, okay, DE is not parallel to BC. I am considering, okay, DE is not parallel to BC. Now, what we will do by construction, take DE dash. Okay, take DE dash, which is a line passing through your point D parallel to your BC. Okay, it means what? I am taking the line DE dash, which is parallel to my BC. So, if your line is touching your two sides of your triangle and parallel to the third side means we can apply the BPT. So, here what we will do by BPT, so apply the BPT. So what we will be getting, AD by DB. Okay, AD by DB equals to AE dash by E dash C. So here I am considering this is my equation 1 and this is my equation 2. From equation 1 and 2, what we can say, it is having our LHS same. So we can equate our RHS. Simple. So here it is your AE by AC is equals to AE dash by E dash C. Okay. Now, so when we will be getting our AE equals to AE dash, so when we are having our point E and E dash will coincide, right? It means what? Our point E and E dash will be the same point. Clear? So what we can say? Hence, E and E dash will coincide. Clear? So now what we will be having here, E and E dash will be coincide. It means they are the same point. So for that reason, we will be having our DE parallel to BC. Okay. So therefore DE is parallel to BC. So how can we conclude this DE parallel to BC? Why? Because your E dash, okay, your E dash is the same point as your E. And we consider DE dash as your, I mean, as a parallel to your BC. Fine. So for that reason, finally we can conclude that DE is parallel to BC. That is your converse of the BPD. Fine. Let's see the next. Moving to the next, for a triangle ABC, if we are having our DE parallel to BC, then we can consider these conditions. What are these conditions? See the first one, AD by DB equals to AE by EC. This is your basic condition, right? So first one is your basic condition. Next, AD by AB equals to AE by EC. It means what? AD is your part of AB. So part by complete side AB. Okay, and AE is your part of AC. So it means your part by complete side AC. Understood the difference, everyone? AD and DB are the two parts of your AB. So you are going to take the ratio between the part 1 and part 2 according to your BPD. But coming to here, if you apply, it means if you extend the concept of BPD, you will be getting the AD by AB equals to AE by AC. Clear about this? How can we get the second condition? So you are asking about this. Fine, let's see how can we get this condition. So for that, I am taking my first condition, AD by DB. Okay, AD by DB is equals to your AE by EC. Now I am just interchanging my numerator and denominator on both the sides. It means I am taking this as DB by AD, which is equals to my EC by AE. Okay, now add 1 on both sides. Add 1 on both sides. 1 is the number. Clear? Don't get confused. 1 is the number that we are adding here. Understood? Add 1 on both sides. So what will be happening? So DB by AD plus 1 equals to EC by AC plus 1. Clear about this? Now take the fraction addition. So what will happen? DB plus AD by complete AD is equals to your EC plus AC by complete AC. Okay, now look at the diagram. So this is my AD, right? This AD plus your DB. So what it will give you? It will give you the complete AB. So here it will become your AB by AD is equals to. Now, what about your other side? So coming to your other side here, yes, coming to your other side here, I am having AE. So AE plus EC. What we will be getting? So AE plus EC will become, so here it is actually EC. Okay. So it is AE and here it is AE. So AE plus EC. So AE plus EC will give you complete AC by AE. Okay. If you observe here clearly, we are having AE by EC. So here it is actually AE. So EC by AE. And if you take plus 1, EC plus AE by EC plus AE by AE. Now EC plus AE will give you the complete AC. So AC by AE. Understood? Now just interchange them. Like you can bring your numerator to denominator and denominator to numerator. So what will we what we will be getting? AD by AB is equals to AE by AC. So which is nothing but your second condition. And same apply for your third condition also. And you can observe that the part DB, okay, this part DB by complete side AB equals to the part EC by complete side AC, which is nothing but your third condition. Understood about this? Yes. So now can we go for the next? Okay. Now let's take 2 minutes break. So we let's have some water and then after come for the class. Okay. Okay, so we are back after the 2 minutes break, and let's start the next part, that is nothing but your similarity of triangles. Okay, so let's see what will be the criteria that we are going to take help in order to say that whether the given two triangles are similar or not. So coming to the first characteristic properties, it means what are the properties we are going to consider means first is your AAA criteria. It means your angle criteria. It means what? The three corresponding, like the three angles of your one triangle are equal to your three angles of your another triangle. Then you need to prove that those two triangles are similar. Okay, and in the same way, SAS criteria, it means your side angle side. So we will be having the angle included between the two corresponding sides that are in same ratio. Fine. So you need to consider that condition and you need to prove that the triangles are similar. And next, triplet criteria. It means sides. If all the sides of one of the triangle are in same proportion or are in proportion to your three sides of another triangle, then we need to check that the triangles are similar. Okay, let's check for the first one, that is our AAA criteria. So what is this? If in two triangles, if corresponding angles of one triangle are equal, then their corresponding sides are in the same ratio. Okay, it means what? For the two triangles, if you are having corresponding angles are equal, it means if your angle A equals to angle D and angle B equals to angle E and angle C equals to angle F. Okay, if those are the given conditions to you, then what we need to prove? We need to bring that the corresponding sides are in proportion. Okay, so then only we can say that those two triangles are in similar. Fine. So here how can we remember the proof easily means here they gave the conditions with respect to your angles. So in order to make the similar triangles, you need the corresponding angles are equal and corresponding sides are in same proportion. So already they gave one condition, corresponding angles are equal. Now we need to concentrate to we need to concentrate to bring the corresponding sides are in proportion. So if we bring the condition of corresponding sides are in proportion, then we can say that the triangle ABC is similar to your triangle DEF. Okay. Now, so coming to here, let's take the given conditions. So what are the given conditions? Given here, okay, given here, I'm just going to take for the proof. So let me change the color. Yes, for the proof, I'm just going to consider my triangle ABC and DEF. So, given angle A is equals to your angle D and angle B is equals to your angle E and angle C equals to your angle F. Understood? Now, coming to here, what we will do? We are going to take by construction, by construction, we are going to take our AB equals to DP, okay, and AC is equals to your DQ. Understood? Understood everyone? So by construction I am taking AB equals to DP and AC equals to PQ. Now what is the criteria we can use in order to say that the triangle ABC is congruent to your triangle DPQ? So what is the criteria we can use? So here we can use the criteria by SAS, that is your side angle side. Okay, for triangles by SAS, for triangle ABC and triangle DPQ, we are having angle A equals to angle D, that is given, right? And next, by construction, we are having AB equals to DP and AC equals to DQ. So now by using SAS condition, we can say that the triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DPQ. Understood? Understood everyone? So we got this triangle is congruent to that triangle. Now what we will do? So congruent triangles are similar, right? Because they are having the same shape. Forget about the size. So they are having the same shape. So we can say that the triangle ABC is similar to your triangle DPQ. Now, for the corresponding triangles, what we can take? We can take the corresponding angles are, yes, we can take the corresponding angles are equal. Okay, so that is nothing but by CPCT, that is corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Can I write my angle B is equals to your angle P? Understood? Can I write my angle B equals to angle P? Yes. And next, can I write angle C equals to angle Q? Yes, we can write angle C equals to angle Q. Understood? Understood, everyone? Now, so this is my condition 1 and this is my condition 2. So from condition 1 and 2, angle B equals to angle E, angle B equals to angle P. So from 1 and 2, what we will write? We will write our angle P is equals to your angle E, right? Because we are having our LHS same, so equate the RHS. So in the same way for angle C also, angle F is equals to angle Q. Now observe here, I am having my, this is my PQ line and this is my EC line. So I am having angle P equals to angle E. So when it will happen? It will happen when P and Q are the parallel lines and your DE is the transversal. So E and P will act as your corresponding angles. Understood? That is your lines and angles of your grade 9 chapter. Corresponding angles. One is interior and one is exterior. I mean, one is inside and out, one is outside, and on the same side of your transversal. So these two will form a corresponding pair of angles with your PQ parallel to the EF. Clear about this? So we can take our PQ will be parallel to your EF. Understood about the condition, everyone? Yes. Any doubt for anyone? No doubts. Okay. Now look at here. Coming to here, as these two are parallel, so what about your point P and Q? What they will do? So coming to here, PQ is parallel to EF by BPT. What we can write by BPT? We can write that DP by PE will be equals to your DQ by QF. Understood? DQ by QF. Now, what is your DP? DP is nothing but your AB. So I can write my AB by, okay, AB by PE will be equals to your DQ is nothing but your AC by QF. Understood? Any doubt in this? So if you are having any doubts, you can raise your doubts, everyone. Yes, any doubts for anyone? Any doubts for anyone? No doubts. Okay, now look at here, PE and QF. So these are your parts, right? Instead of this, if I here I took my the ratio between the part and part, but instead of this, if I am taking the part to the complete whole, okay, part to the complete whole means it will become DP by DE. Okay, so instead of this, if I am taking my DP by DE, understood, if I am taking my part by part ratio, then I will be getting this condition. So what I will be doing, I will be changing this condition to DP part by complete side DE, which is equals to my DQ, okay, which is part by my complete side DF. Understood? So now in the place of DP I can write AB by DE, which is equals to my, in the place of DQ I can write AC. So AC by DF, which is my required condition. So AB by DE equals to AC by DF. So we got the sides of the two given triangles in the same ratio. Clear? Clear about this? So what we can say, therefore we can say that, therefore triangle ABC is similar to your triangle DEF. Understood? Why I am changing? Why I am changing to my DP? That means part by complete side means if I am taking the ratio of part by part, I am not getting my required condition. So for that reason, I am taking the extension of BPT. where we will take part by complete side. So using that concept, we will be getting the ratios of the corresponding sides as equal. Okay, so now do we need to write this part? Means no need to write, because here I have given, because if I write this directly you will be getting confused why I am taking that. For that reason I have written this. So using this this part by part ratio, I am not getting the required condition, so I am taking the ratio of part by complete side, so I will be getting the corresponding sides are in same ratio. Fine, understood how we got our triangle ABC is similar to the triangle DEF. Yes, that's so nice. Now let's go for the next. Moving to the next is your SAS criteria for similarity of triangles. What about the SAS criteria? The name itself, we are having the side angle side. Okay, now coming to your statement. If one side, if one angle of your triangle is equal to the corresponding angle of other triangle, okay, and the sides that are including the angle are also in same proportion, then we can say that the given two triangles are similar. It means simple. If one pair of corresponding angles are equal and the sides including that angle are in same ratio, then we can say that the triangles are similar using our SAS criteria. Fine. Now according to the statement, what is the given condition? They have given our angle A equals to angle D. Okay, they have given angle A equals to angle D. What about the sides? AB? AB by DE is equals to AC by DF. So AB by DE is equals to your AC by DF they given. Okay, now let's see how can we prove that these two triangles are similar. Fine. Coming to the first, whatever, whenever you are writing the proof, just take what are the given conditions and what are the given values for us. Okay, you need to identify the conditions that are given, then it will be easy for you. So coming to the first one, proof, I am going to take the given conditions. Given angle A equals to angle D, and they gave the ratio of the sides AB by, okay, AB by DE is equals to, next your AC by DF. It is already given. Okay, so coming to the proof of your similarity criteria, whether it was your AAA criteria or SAS or triple S, first you need to prove that your triangle ABC is similar to the triangle DPQ and triangle DPQ similar to the triangle DEF. Okay, you need to prove that two conditions, that keep in your mind, and from those two conditions finally you can say that triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. Okay, now let's see here. By construction, same part we can write. By construction, okay, by construction, our AB equals to DP, and next our side AC equals to DQ. Okay, now what we can write? We can write that our, by using SAS criteria, by SAS criteria, we are having our triangle ABC is congruent to our triangle DPQ. This is same part. Okay, for your AAA and for your SAS criteria, we will be having the first part same. In order to prove that these two triangles are congruent by SAS, where I am taking my AB equals to DP and your AC equals to PQ. Simple. Fine. Now what we can write? We can write our angle B equals to angle P, and next your angle C equals to angle Q by CPCT. Fine. What is the CPCT? That is your corresponding parts of congruent triangles, which is the shortcut. Understood everyone? So now tell me, how can we prove that our triangle DPQ is similar to your triangle DEF? Any idea? Yes. Now check the condition. What is the condition they gave? AB by DE equals to AC by DF. Right? In the place of your AB. Clear? In the, take the condition AB by DE is equals to AC by DF. This is given condition. Now in the place of AB, I'm going to write my dp by de equals to, and in the place of AC I'm going to write my dq by df. Now check here in the diagram, I got my dp part by complete side de and dq part by complete side df. So now by converse, okay, by converse of bpt, by converse of bpt, what we can write, we can write that our pq is parallel to, okay, so pq is parallel to your ef. Understood everyone? PQ is parallel to your EF. Now as I am having my PQ parallel to EF, okay, and DE will become your transversal, so what we can write, angle A, I mean angle P equals to angle E, angle P equals to angle E, okay. And what about your angle Q equals to angle F? Understood everyone? So angle Q equals to angle F. Clear about this? Now by which criteria we can say that these two triangles, that is your DPQ and DEF, are similar? So by AAA criteria we can say that the triangle DPQ, okay, the triangle DPQ is similar to your triangle DEF. Understood? Now, so triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DPQ. So what it will become? It will become your triangle ABC is similar to your triangle DPQ. This is my first condition and this is my second condition. So from 1 and 2, what we can write? Our triangle ABC is similar to the triangle DPQ. Okay. So from 1 and 2, we can write triangle DPQ is, I mean, no, oh, sorry. DPQ is similar to ABC and DPQ is similar to DEF. So we can equate so that we will be getting triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. Okay, that is the required condition for us. Clear everyone? It is very simple. So coming to here, as I told you, first you need to prove that ABC is congruent to DPQ. So you will be getting ABC is similar to DPQ. Now, next what we will do, we need to prove that DPQ is similar to the DEF. Okay, so you need to take the required conditions. What are the conditions they gave? And from there you will be getting the required value, I mean required condition, in order to say that the given two triangles are similar. Now, can we go for the next one? Yes. So, how can we take the AB equals to DP and AC equals to DQ? See, by construction, it means what? By construction means you are considering some point P on your DP, I mean on your DE, such that your value DP is equals to your AB. Okay, that is by construction. Actually, check this. Fine. Now, let's go for the next. Moving to the next is your SSS criteria. It means if the three corresponding sides of one triangle is, okay, if the three corresponding sides of your, I mean if the three sides of your one triangle are in same proportional with the corresponding three sides of your another triangle, then the triangles are similar. Okay, it means simply we are going to take the ratio between our triangles. Clear everyone? Yes. Now look at here. What is the given condition? Triple S means all the three sides are in same ratio. So we are going to take the ratio between our corresponding sides. That is our, yes, that is our AB by DE, which is equals to your BC by EF, which is equals to your AC by DF. Okay, so this is the given condition. If you observe here, this is the given condition, means for the two triangles corresponding sides should be proportional and corresponding angles should be equal. They have already given corresponding sides are proportional. Now we need to consider, I mean now we need to prove corresponding angles are equal, so that these two triangles will become similar. Okay, so just think logically, because in order to say that the two triangles are similar, you need to prove corresponding angles are equal. That is your first part. And corresponding sides are in same ratio. Here they already given corresponding sides are in same ratio, so we need to prove that corresponding angles are equal. Okay, let's see. Coming to here, first of all they gave the condition of, coming to the proof, they gave AB by DE equals to, so here I am writing given AB by DE equals to BC by EF equals to AC by DF. Okay, now by construction, what we will do? Same process. By construction, okay, by construction, we are having our AB equals to DP and our AC equals to DQ. Clear? AB equals to your DP and AC equals to your DQ. By construction, we got these two. Fine. Now, look at here. So, how can we prove that ABC is congruent to DPQ? Or how can we prove that DPQ is congruent to your DEF? Any idea from anyone? Yes. Any idea from anyone? No idea. Okay, now from the given condition only, take the given conditions only. So here I am taking my AB by DE equals to AC by DF. So what here we can do? Replace your AB with PQ, DP. Where you are having PQ? No, no. See, AB equals to DP. So you are saying that we need to replace the AB with DP. Fine, we will do. Nice. So DP by DE is equals to, what about your AC will become DQ by DF. Okay, so DQ by DF. Now for the triangle DEF, if you check for the triangle DEF, I got DP by the complete side DE and DQ by complete side DF. So what we can say, by using converse of BPT, PQ will be parallel to your EF. That is by converse of BPT. Understood? In the brackets, you need to write the, you need to mention the reason. Clear? So you need to mention the reason by using the converse of BPT, where our PQ is dividing the two sides of your triangle in the same ratio. So we will be getting the PQ parallel to the EF. Fine. So PQ will be parallel to your EF. What about the angles? I will be getting angle P equals to angle E and angle Q equals to angle F. Okay. So here we can write angle P equals to angle E and angle Q equals to angle F. Understood? Any doubt for anyone? Yes, no doubt. Fine. Now look at here what we can say. We can say that our triangle DPQ is similar to your triangle DEF. What is the reason? By AA criteria. So what is the difference between your AAA? That means your triple A and your AA criteria. See, triple A criteria, first think about your double A criteria. Double A means I am having two corresponding angles are equal. Then I can get my third angle. Third pair of corresponding angles also equal by using the angle sum property of your triangle. Right? For example, here if I am having, okay, here if I am having my 40 degrees and here it is 40 and here it will become your 100 degrees, right? And what about your another triangle? Here also 40 and here also 40. What about these angle will become, these angle also will become 100 only, right? Of course, it means your two angles are equal, automatically you are getting the three angles equal. So for that reason, we can consider our triple A criteria as our AA criteria also. Understood? For that reason, by using AA criteria, or you can take triple A also. Why? Because angle D is the common between your DPQ and DEF, so which is having the same value. So by using your AA criteria, we are getting those two triangles are similar. Any doubt for anyone? Yes. Any doubt for anyone? No doubts? Fine, let's continue then. So coming to here, as these two triangles are similar, what about its corresponding sides? So can I write my corresponding side DP by DE is equals to, okay, DP by DE is equals to PQ by EF. Here, PQ by EF, which is equals to your, what about these DQ by DF? Okay, DQ by DF. Understood everyone? Any doubt for anyone? If you are having any doubts, you can use the chat box. Why? Because whenever we are going for the proof, somewhere you might be getting confused. So in order to clear that, you can use the chat box. Understood? Yes. Now, this is my condition one that is already given, and this is the condition I got. Now, if you compare them, anyhow, AB equals to DP and DE equals to DE. Now, what is this equals to? BC by EF. So, from 1 and 2, what we can write? From 1 and 2, we can write our BC by EF is equals to your PQ by EF. Understood everyone? Yes. So any doubt for anyone? So we got our BC by EF equals to PQ by EF. From this, what we will be getting? We will be getting our BC equals to PQ. Right? EF will get cancelled. So we got our BC equals to PQ. Now we are having, so let's see, for triangle, okay, for triangle ABC and triangle DPQ, I am having AB equals to DP by construction and BC equals to PQ I got. Fine. And next, AC equals to DQ by construction. So what is the criteria I can use in order to say that these two triangles are congruent? By SSS criteria, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DPQ. Okay, as it was congruent, so we are going to take the similar criteria. So that is your triangle ABC is similar to triangle D, okay, triangle DPQ. Fine. So now we got the condition somewhere here. These two triangles are similar. So by A criteria, I am considering this is my equation A. Don't get confused. This is my equation A and this is my equation B, where DPQ is similar to DEF and the same DPQ is similar to ABC. So what we can write? We can write finally from equation A and equation B, we will be getting triangle ABC, okay, similar to your triangle DEF. Understood? Any doubt for anyone? Yes. Any doubt for anyone? No doubts? Fine. Now, simple. Whenever you are taking the criteria for similarity of triangles, first take the given conditions, and what we need to bring from the given conditions means, if the angles are given, you need to prove that, you need to prove that the corresponding sides are in same proportion. If the corresponding sides are given, then you need to prove corresponding angles are equal. Okay, if both are given, if both like combination of one angle and two sides are given, then you need to, for the three of your criterias, you need to prove first thing, that is, you need to prove the two things, that is your area of triangle ABC similar to your DPQ and DPQ similar to your DEF. Okay, so by solving those two, finally we will be getting ABC similar to DEF. Clear everyone? Yes. Let's go for the next. Next is nothing but some important results based on your similarity of triangles. So, whenever you are saying that two triangles are similar, what about its perimeter? Means perimeter of two similar triangles, ratio of perimeter of two similar triangles is equal to ratio of corresponding sides. It means our perimeter of triangle ABC by perimeter of triangle XYZ is equal to AB corresponding side is XY. So ratio of AB by XY and ratio of BC and YZ and ratio of AC and XZ. Okay. So it's very simple. Ratio of perimeter of similar triangles equals to ratio of corresponding sides. Next, what about the ratio of corresponding sides means? If the triangles are similar, then ratio of corresponding side means AB by XY. Okay. For example, for the AB, I am taking the median or I am taking the altitude as your CP. Okay. And for XY, I am taking my altitude. Okay. Which is nothing but my, just consider another variable as your S. Okay. Understood. So now CP is my corresponding, like AB is my side, and for that we are having altitude as the CP, and XY is the side, and altitude I am taking as my SZ. Now, the ratio of these corresponding sides equal to the corresponding altitudes, which is nothing but your CP by SZ or ZS. Okay. In the same way, ratio of corresponding sides will be equal to the corresponding medians and corresponding angle bisector segments. It means if you are taking the angle bisectors, that segments also will be equal. And next, corresponding altitudes are also equal. Ratios, you need to consider the ratios for your similar triangles. Okay. Yes. Now moving to the next, let's take another 2 more minutes break, and I will have some water and I will be back. Clear? So once again we are back after having some break, right? So let's see the next. Moving to the next, we will discuss about the area of similar triangles. Area of similar triangles means if you are having the two triangles are similar, and if you take the ratio of area of those two triangles, that will be equal to the square of the ratio of the corresponding side. Okay. It means simple, where I am having ABC and DEF are my two similar triangles, and area of triangle ABC and area of triangle, okay, here it is PQR. So area of triangle PQR, if I take the ratio, this ratio will be equals to the square of your ratio of the corresponding side. It means AB corresponding side PQ, so ratio will become AB by PQ. Square of that ratio, I mean square of that ratio will become AB by PQ whole square. And similarly, you can apply for the ratio of remaining sides also, which is nothing but BC by QR whole square and AC by PR whole square. Same concept. Fine. So let's see how can we get this value. Like how can we get that ratio? Okay. Now, coming to the proof. So what we can say in the proof? It is already given the triangle ABC is similar to your triangle PQR. So from this, what we can take? We can take angle A equals to angle P, and angle B equals to angle Q, and angle C equals to angle R, where corresponding angles are equal for the similar triangles, right? And moving to the next. What about, okay, what about the next part means by construction, clear? By construction, we are going to take our AM perpendicular to BC, and next our PN perpendicular to QR. Okay, perpendicular to QR. Now, what about the formula of area of triangle ABC will become area of triangle ABC is equals to half into base is your BC into what is the respective height we are having, which is nothing but your AM, right? By, so this is my area of triangle ABC formula, and I am going to take my area of triangle PQR, where area of triangle PQR equals to half into base I am taking as my QR, which is into what is the height, PN. Clear? So half of cancel. So we got here BC into AM by QR into PN. Okay, so using the concept of similarity of triangles, angles will be like corresponding angles will be equal. What about the corresponding sides? Corresponding sides means you will be getting AB by PQ is equals to AB by PQ is equals to next BC by QR, which is equals to, okay, BC by QR equals to, and next we are having AC by PR. Okay. So if they are giving the two triangles are similar, you need to take the first two conditions. Corresponding angles are equal and corresponding sides are proportional. Where AB by PQ equals to BC by QR equals to AC by PR. Fine. Now BC and Q are corresponding. Now what we need to check, in order to get the square, you need to multiply BC by QR with BC by QR. It means AB by PN ratio you need to get as your BC by QR. Clear about this? Any doubt for anyone? Now, what I am doing here means BC by QR, I am taking it equal to my AB by PQ. Fine. You will understand why I am taking. And next, now let's see the triangles. Here I am highlighting the two triangles here. That is your triangle ABM, and next triangle PQN. So, for triangle ABM and triangle PQN, can I take my angle B equals to angle Q? Yes, using your corresponding angles are equal for similar triangles. So I am having angle B equals to angle Q. And next condition, can I take my angle PNQ equals to angle AMB? Yes. Why? Because BC is the straight line where one of the angle AMC 90 means AMB is also 90. So we got angle AMB, which is of 90 degrees, equals to your angle PNQ. Right? So now, if you look at here, for these two triangles, I am having two angles are equal. So what is the criteria we can use? By AA criteria, we can say that the triangle ABM is similar to your triangle PQN. What about if two triangles are similar? What about the corresponding sides and corresponding angles? So you will be getting angle A equals to angle P, which is left, and coming to your corresponding sides, AB by PQ is equals to AB by PQ equals to BM by QN, which is equals to your AM by PN. Fine. Now consider this is your equation 1. Fine. So I got my equation 1, AB by PQ equals to BM by QN equals to AM by PN. So from equation 1, what we can write? From equation 1, we can write AM by PN is also equals to AB by PQ. Understood? Understood, everyone? So simply we got BC by QR equals to AB by PQ, and AM by PN is also equals to AB by PQ. So now what is the ratio will become? Ratio of area of triangle ABC by area of triangle PQR is equal to, place that values here. After placing the values, BC by QR means AB by PQ into, what about AM by PN? AM by PN is also AB by PQ. So AB by PQ into AB by PQ. So finally we got AB by PQ whole square. Clear about this? So we got finally AB by PQ whole square. Okay. So similarly we can take our AB by PQ is equal to, I mean whole square equals to BC by QR whole square, which is equals to your AC by PR whole square. Fine. This is how we are going to get the area of the similar triangles, ratio of area of the similar triangles. Clear about this? Simply remember that ratio of area of similar triangles equal to square of the ratio of corresponding sides. Fine. Now let's go for the next. So it means coming to the next, some of the result with respect to our area of similar triangles is, first one, if we are having the ratio of area of similar triangles, that ratio equals to the corresponding segments, which is nothing but your corresponding sides. Next, uh, coming to the right angle triangle, for a right angle triangle, if you are taking a line that is joining the vertex where we are having the right angle to the, okay, so if a line is drawn from the vertex to the, yes, so from these vertex, if you are drawing a line to your hypotenuse, that is your AC, which is perpendicular, it means what? If I am drawing a line BD which is perpendicular to my hypotenuse AC, then this BD is going to divide, or this BD is going to divide the complete triangle into the two similar triangles, where our triangle ABD similar to our triangle CBD. Understood? So, coming to here, for a right angle triangle, if you take the perpendicular from your vertex where you are having the 90 degrees to your hypotenuse, if you take a perpendicular line, then we will be getting the triangle divided into the two similar triangles, and these triangles, whatever the similar we are having, that will be once again similar to your complete triangle ABC. Fine. It means what? The divided part. ABD similar to ABC, and your DBC is also similar to your ABC. Fine. So this is the simple one we are having. Moving to the next. Yes. So it's almost time. So here I am ending the today's session, and coming to the next session we are going to discuss about the problems related to our triangles. Okay, so everyone once again go through the concepts, and mostly if you are not getting or if you are confused in the proof part, you can give it in the chat session and I am going to answer your queries. Fine. So that's all for today's class. Bye everyone. Take care. We will meet in our next class.